welcome to the Tea and the Butty podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
Today, we're going to be giving you tips from a British person on how to survive the summertime in Texas.
Honestly, though, what do British people know about surviving the summertime in Texas?
Well, back in the motherland... back in St. Olaf... Picture it, Sicily, 1925. Back in the motherland, around now, it starts getting to like 70 degrees and over most of the days.
Boiling.
And it's boiling because Britain has a temperate climate, whereas Texas has a subtropical climate.
Yes, yeah.
And especially central Texas.
This is the truth.
This is the truth. It's the truth.
No, you don't expect Central Texas to be as hot as it is. I don't know. Well, I mean, not in the way that it's hot, because we're not that close to the ocean. But yeah, it's super humid here.
It's because of the river, right? Oh, I don't know. It's just a weather pattern.
Well,
I guess.
I have a theory that there's a lot of hills around here, and therefore it's not very windy most of the time.
Yeah, it's not. It's not very windy, and that is annoying.
And so it just gets like, as your grandmother would say, close.
as every Welsh person would say, close. Oh, it's very close today. It's close. Which means like it's stuffy, there's no
the air feels really thick.
The air is thick, and you can't really breathe, and it's too much for me.
Because I have an uncle who lives in LA, and when we first moved to Austin, because it's hot in the Texas Panhandle during the summer, but it's not this same
It's a dry
kind of
heat.
Yeah,
it's a dry
and there
heat.
is still
a wind.
Yeah,
I mean it's hot wind.
It can be like a hot wind. Yeah, I mean once it gets hot, it's like the wind is not going to cool you off.
Yeah.
It's just blowing around the hot air.
Yeah.
But once we moved to Austin, and he would come visit us down here.
Yeah.
I think the first couple years, 2-3 years that we lived here, he would come visit, and then after that he was just like, that's it, I'm only coming in the winter from now on, because you literally shower and you go outside and you instantly feel like you need another shower. Yeah,
it's hot and it's sticky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's just terrible, because I mean the temperate climate in Britain means around now it would get hot, it would get humid, and people would be like, oh, it's boiling, I can't breathe, oh, it's too hot, hot, oh, I need the fan, oh, the fan's only blowing hot air around, I can't breathe, I can't survive this, what's going on?
Yeah.
Over here, over there that only lasts for like maybe a couple of weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, I was
2 weeks at the most.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's spread out because, one day it could be hot, the next day it could be raining and pretty cold.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, that's island life,
Yeah,
it's not an island in the Caribbean, but it's, it's still an island life,
Yeah.
weather pattern. But over here, it's hot, right now, outside, it's 102 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Which is about, what's that in Celsius?
I really don't know. In Britain, they start complaining, oh, it's 22 degrees.
40 degrees.
Actually, okay, I've just pulled up the weather on the iPhone.
Oh, it's 104.
It's now 104.
104.
Fahrenheit. Let's see. It feels like 108.
Oh, it's almost 110.
Winds at 8 miles per hour. Humidity, 24%. So if we look at that now in Celsius, it is 40 degrees. Yeah, it's 40 degrees
Feels
Celsius.
like 42 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, so...
Centigrade, Celsius.
What do we have? So compare that to London, which, as we're recording this, it's 10:30ish at night over there.
So the sun has gone down.
Yeah, it's 19 degrees in London right now, and it's raining. 19 degrees
Lovely.
Celsius.
A beautiful 19 degrees Celsius,
and it's going to rain all night.
And that's still too hot for some British people.
It's 19. It feels like 19. Yeah.
That's
if you go north of England, northern England,
to Liverpool,
it's 16 degrees.
16
Celsius.
degrees, yeah.
Let's translate that to Fahrenheit just really quickly. 61 in
61.
Liverpool.
That's
66
nice.
in London.
That's really nice.
Yeah, let's see what the wind.
Still, that's too hot for some people.
The wind is 4 miles per hour, so it's not.
And then the humidity is 66%.
Yeah.
In London.
So, I mean,
apples and oranges.
But like you said, summer lasts about 2 weeks in Britain.
Yeah.
And it's not every day for those 2 weeks.
It's not every day for those 2 weeks. Oh, if it was every day for those 2 weeks, you would not hear the end of it. The complaints. Someone needs to call the fire brigade. It's too hot. Oh, you get people freaking out like that.
What's the fire brigade going to do?
Well, they're going to point their hoses at the sun and put the sun out. Because this is just ridiculous. There's sun everywhere. Just point all your hoses at the sun. And put it out.
I guess, yeah.
Why is that up there? Get it off there.
Why is that there?
It's supposed to be clouds.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable, though, isn't it? Because in Britain, they don't have central air like most of us do in the United States. You have to,
yeah. I mean, my first tip was wear lots of sunscreen. Because when you're out walking about, the sun is beating down, especially in Texas.
Yeah.
Just wear sunscreen because you will get burnt. I get burnt sometimes on my arms,
So that's to survive the summertime. That's not to survive the heat, though, obviously.
No, the heat.
Sunscreen's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But actually...
Find air conditioning.
Actually, sunscreen will clog your pores and make you feel more hot.
So yeah, get into air conditioning.
But I've been burnt in Britain during the summer.
Yeah, you did, wouldn't you?
You guys... They just made so much fun of me, the British people did.
Because you got burned.
Dominic and I walked, when he was still living over there, from his house, where he lived, down to the beach, which was what? How long of a walk? 15 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah.
Somewhere between 5 and 15. You said 5, I said 15.
5, 10. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember now. It was so long ago.
But we'd walk...
But it was about a 15-minute walk, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Depending on how fast you were walking.
We walked to the beach. We spent the day at the beach. I think I must have put sunscreen on. I don't remember. There was some cloud cover, which is always... you shouldn't count on clouds blocking out the sun. Because really, the clouds reflect the sunlight. You can actually get even more burnt on a cloudy day. So, I don't know. Maybe I put sunscreen on, maybe I didn't. It was 82 degrees, maybe? Something like that?
Something 82, 83 degrees.
Yeah. And, it felt really nice. There was a breeze. It didn't feel like a summer day in Texas feels. And so we spent, a few hours at the beach, and then we walked...
A couple of hours,
and
at
least,
least,
and then we walked back home. And I was burnt. My face, my shoulders, my arms.
Very burnt. We didn't put sunscreen on.
Yeah, I was not, burnt to a crisp, but I was...
I wasn't, though. I wasn't burned at all.
Yeah, I don't understand
I don't understand it either. Yeah, I wasn't burnt at all.
But everybody then was just like, oh, you came all the way from Texas
So
and you got burnt in Britain. Ha, ha, ha.
Yes.
It was like a joke. And, yeah, I mean... You can still get burnt in Britain, so do wear sunscreen no matter where you are.
But one thing you probably will only find in shops in Britain is air conditioning. And hotels.
Yeah.
Because, they don't let you...
Central air.
Central air, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but air conditioning to us means... Air conditioning means not a heater, but cool air.
Yeah. I mean, really, only if you live in an old house... will you not have central air conditioning in the States. That being said, my grandma's house when I was little was probably built in the 30s or 40s, so, not that old, but old enough that she didn't have central air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had central heating for some reason,
Yeah.
but not central air conditioning. I don't know.
I mean,
Nowadays,
it's a swamp,
the same system.
It's the same system, but
Yeah.
it's a swamp, something called a swamp cooler.
That's what she called it. I don't know if other people call it that.
It's just it was just like a unit that goes in the corner and just does the room.
It goes in...
It goes in the window.
You put it in the window.
Oh, like in those like old tenement buildings in New York City.
Yeah, well, yeah, except for this one. I don't know if that's why it was called a swamp cooler, but this one was like huge. The part that hangs out of the window was like, 3 feet by 3 feet.
Oh,
probably.
wow.
Maybe 4. It was huge. And I can remember playing in her backyard and like, kicking a ball around or something. It would go under there and she'd be like, "Don't go under there." She was always afraid like it's going to fall on us or whatever. But, and if it had fallen on us, it would have like smushed us like a pancake, like a little cartoon characters. Like our feet just coming out like it was like that big and that heavy. But she kept it in the back of the house.
Yeah.
In the back bedroom, and then all the doors of the house would be open so that and it was just an air conditioning unit, but it was like a bigger one or more heavy duty one, and then she had a much smaller one in the front of the house, in the front,
so that kind of did the job for all of the house.
And then screen doors, so you left the doors open with just a screen so you would still get some breeze from outside and everything, just like mixing ceiling fans and but
it was cool.
It was coolish. It was cool enough. I don't think it would have worked
cold,
down here.
No.
I don't think that system would have worked down here.
No, it's too hot. I mean, as you say, it's almost feels like 108. Mm-hmm. I mean, our air conditioner, and we've got a big one that does the whole place. Mm-hmm. It's struggling. It struggles.
Yeah.
And if it goes out during the winter, during the summer, it's like, oh no.
Let me tell you guys a little secret. When we record these podcasts, we have to turn our ceiling fan off just so you guys don't hear like the noise of it.
And it gets stuffy in here.
And it gets instantly stuffy. It's like late afternoon right now.
That's why we're all like, oh.
Yeah, and Dominic,
and just like,
the longer the podcast goes on, I just see Dominic's
I just run out of air.
I just
run out of air and I need to go to sleep.
I just see Dominic's eyes like get all droopy, like, good night. Just.
I mean, I don't know if it's coming across on the podcast, and I'm very sorry if it does, but we're not in air-conditioned paradises here.
But yeah, I just look over at him and he's just like, his eyes are just like half closed. I'm like, oh my god, we've got to wrap this up because like he's falling asleep here.
I'm battling through it at the moment. I've got my tea. I'm okay. It's hot tea, but maybe that's what does it too. The hot tea.
Drinking hot tea in a stuffy room.
And it's very strong because I left the tea bag in it. I thought I'm going to be like an American today, and I'm going to leave the tea bag sitting in the cup. And here I am, and it's getting very, very strong.
I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing leaving your tea bag in? What's the matter with you?
You see that all the time, It's just, I've just got my tea bag in, and I'm just like, oh. You see it in, like, Hallmark films all the time.
Why Hallmark films? Because everything leads back to a Hallmark film.
Because, they've always got both hands on the cup, and they're sitting at the table in the kitchen with a big sweater on. This is during the winter, obviously. And they're just, like, drinking the thing, and there's like...
And he should know because he watches a lot of Hallmark.
Yeah, that's all I watch, really.
Oh, my gosh. But yeah, so number 2 on your list is air conditioning. Do you think, though, now that you've lived here for several years and, you've experienced central air conditioning and everything, do you think you could just, like now, we don't have the ceiling fan. Do you think you could live somewhere with just central air conditioning and not ceiling fans?
I don't know.
I think central air is enough?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if it was down low enough, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the ceiling fan because it keeps, like, the air circulating.
Yeah. Yeah, so in Texas, I don't know if this is, like, a common thing around the United States or what. Like, let us know if you have ceiling fans in almost every room of your house where you are. And let us know where you live, too. because I don't know if that's just common here, but most houses I've ever been in here in Texas, we have a ceiling fan in the living room, and each bedroom has a ceiling fan. And they're not, like, super attractive. Like, you know, you see people redoing houses and stuff like that, and they want to have these really, really cool light fixtures and stuff, and they're really attractive, the light fixtures, you know, but it's just like, no fan, though. I guess they get, like, the standing oscillating fans.
Yeah, those Dyson ones apparently are really good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're Dyson, yeah.
But
they're really, like, you know, they're really good at, like, you know, circulating the air and conditioning it and making it cool and everything. Because, you know, you just got those, like, old 1980s, 1990s style ones that go on the desk and they just blow air.
Yeah.
And I mean...
I remember one time... in Britain, it got super hot, and because you guys don't have...
We just had the fan.
You guys don't have central air. Yeah, we went and got a fan, didn't we? We had to go and get a little one from somewhere.
Argos?
Maybe.
We went to Argos. Every Brit knows Argos.
And we got a little fan, and you put it on your dresser, and it's just like, stand in front of it, because it was hot. We had one, but my dad was using it, I think. Oh yeah.
So we just got that. Yeah.
We got a small one. But yeah, you guys don't really have air conditioning units in Britain.
No, they cost too much to run. It's like they're very expensive. They're very big energy drain.
No, I mean the air conditioning unit that just goes in the window.
Yeah, that's that. Same thing.
I don't know.
I think it plugs into
it. Yeah.
It's not battery operated or anything. It plugs into like electric.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would cost a bomb.
I guess so. Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we don't need it because in 2 weeks it'll all be over. You know, we'll be back to temperate climate, and you know everybody will be like, "Oh, I've got to put my jacket on."
Yeah.
You know.
But guys, next time you see a British person like complaining about how hot it is there, just like look up whatever it translates to Fahrenheit, because I promise you it's probably not hotter than about 87, 88 at the most.
You know, people, when it gets cold in the winter over in, you know, like up in the Midwest and, you know, on the northeast or whatever, people, you know, so it's very cold in Britain, very cold, very wet, you know.
Yeah.
It's actually not that cold.
Yeah.
Temperature-wise.
Yeah.
Not as cold as somewhere like Chicago would get in December or January.
Well...
Or, you know, New York or something, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like below freezing there, you know, snow and everything, and it's much colder in temperature-wise.
Yeah.
Whereas in Britain, it's very just like, it just feels cold because of the wet, you know?
Yeah. Well, we have a listener, don't we, that she's lived in Florida and I think New Jersey.
Florida and New Jersey, yes.
And went to Britain recently.
Oh, yeah.
And I think when she went, it was the winter, and she was just like, "Oh, it's not really as cold here as I thought it was gonna be." Like,
yeah, I was preparing for like very winter-like conditions and snow,
I thought
and
I was
it's
gonna
just
have
like
to go get a
it's
heavier
just drizzly
coat.
and
yeah. I thought I was gonna have to go get a heavier coat, and it's just like.
I mean, sometimes when the wind blows, it is freezing. I mean, you would be like, "Oh,
yeah,
it's frio."
All right, what's your next tip?
My next tip is go to any Circle K or 7-Eleven and get a big tub of iced tea for 79 cents.
Yeah.
With lots of ice in it, and it's the best thing.
Yeah.
A big, large tub. or soda, even. You know, that is the best thing.
A big tub of soda is not great for you.
It's not great for you, no, but I mean, they do iced tea because they're very big on iced tea down in the southern states and Texas too. So get some sweet tea.
Yeah, that does help. Like,
yes.
Anytime we're out driving around during the summer, Dominic's like, "Oh, are there any Circle K's around here?
Circle K's around here? I need to get myself some."
And I'm just like, no.
Well, we can't do it anymore because COVID and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID's ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, no one goes to get them anymore.
But I swear, yeah, I mean, you don't even want to leave, actually, when it's this hot.
You don't want to leave your air-conditioned paradise.
Yeah. And, I feel sorry for people because we're not really gym people. Like, we exercise at home or we go for walks.
We go for walks mainly, yeah.
Or whatever, yeah.
And that's where we see all the cute things.
I mean, we have used gyms, but we don't have a membership. We're not, like, active gym people. But I really feel for gym people right now with COVID because...
They can't go to the gym. They have to do it at home, and sometimes they don't have space to do it at home.
So, which means you have to find some sort of outdoor activity or do your exercise
and in
out
Texas,
the
it's just like,
yeah.
Can't breathe.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be really careful exercising outside here. You have to make sure you're super hydrated and... that there's shade somewhere nearby because
you need shade, you need hydration.
It can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one on your list, aside from the 79-cent drinks at Circle K.
I think everyone will agree with me, whatever the weather. Ice cream. Lots of ice cream. Lots and lots and lots and lots of ice cream.
Yes. I do agree.
Yeah.
I concur.
Yes, that's my presidential mandate. Is ice cream for everyone, every day. All the ice cream machines are working.
And it's like if you're exercising, then, ice cream's okay. So
Yes. Yes, ice cream's a big thing here. I mean, Bluebell, but, you're like, I don't care if they're giving people listeria. I still love Bluebell.
Oh, no. No, but I thought you meant another thing of being out and you want to go, let's go to Burger King, get an ice cream cone.
Yeah, you can go get an ice cream cone at Burger King. They're only like 59 cents or something.
Like
89 something. And that's the only soft serve you'll find. Really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to go and get a tub of ice cream like Bluebell or whatever.
I think they have it at McDonald's and
McDonald's do it. Yeah.
At Dairy
Queen. Oh yes.
Sonic. Yeah, you can get it several places actually. But
Sonic
it's super
do banana
cheap.
splits, and I think Dairy Queen do them too. Oh no, Sonic don't do them anymore, do they? They took them away.
Sonic doesn't do
Sorry,
them.
we don't do banana splits. So, well, can you put 2 bananas in a tray, nuts and ice cream and do that? And it's like, oh yeah, okay.
Basically, yeah, that's like a story time because they have all the ingredients for banana splits. You can see all the ingredients in other
they do
things.
like banana ice cream.
So it's like basically they just don't have the dish anymore to do it. So it's like okay.
They don't make the dish, so we can't be bothered. We'll just stick 2 bananas.
Throw it all in a cup and I'll eat it with a spoon when I get home,
Throw it all in a cup.
But yeah, ice cream is definitely
Ice cream, most definitely. Yeah, and it's just the best thing. Shaved ice too.
But I know you do throw a fit because they don't have your 99-cent flakes here.
I don't throw a fit.
You throw a fit. You hate it. You demand to know why.
I don't get all mad at the poor fast food workers because they don't put a flake in
why?
their thing. That was very dramatic.
We don't even have flakes here. Yeah, we don't have them at all.
Flake, for people unfamiliar, is like a stick of chocolate that they stick in your ice cream in Britain and at ice cream vans. Because you don't even have proper ice cream vans here, really, do you?
They're ice cream trucks.
Ice cream trucks with like ice lollies that you could get at like H-E-B or something like
Gas
that.
station.
So it's like, they're fine, but can I get some soft serve ice cream too? And can you put a flake in that, like a chocolate? Yeah, you don't...
we've talked about this before. If you guys have been listening to us for a while, you'll have heard...
it's crumbly, it's good, it's delicious.
You'll have heard our ice cream podcasts. If you have not heard those, then maybe looking on YouTube might be the easiest place to find them. We're slowly uploading all of our podcasts to YouTube. Like our back catalog or whatever.
Yeah, our back catalog. So if you're listening to this is podcast 165 or 66.
If you're listening to this on YouTube.
If you listen... if you're listening to this on YouTube, but
then we're already way ahead.
We're already way ahead because we've only uploaded like 65 of them or something.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, so if you're listening on YouTube, you're quite behind.
yeah. Because
we're probably already at podcast 300 now.
That's okay, though. I mean, wherever you're listening, we love you and we appreciate you. But
you can get up to date on Anchor.
But the point is, yeah. You can find the old ice cream podcast. The old ice cream podcast.
The old ice cream podcast. Yeah, love it, mate.
We did like 2 of them, I think, last summer, where we were just talking everything about ice cream.
Oh, well, I think we need to do that again, because I think we need to go get ice cream now. And I think we've inspired people, our listeners, to go and get some ice cream, haven't we? Say yes. Yes.
But yeah, if you haven't heard those, go check those out. We talked about ice cream vans and ice cream trucks and flakes and all of that.
All the differences.
But I do think that probably one of the reasons we don't do soft serve, which I think we discussed in the ice cream podcast, is
because it gets too hot in the...
Yeah. It's probably just, like, something to do with that it's just too hot here to, like, have the ice cream.
I think I read that somewhere as well. Someone was like, oh, yeah, the generator that they need to do that. Because when an ice cream van pulls up, you know, it's got the little song. And it pulls up, and then it stops, and then you hear, like, a generator going in it. Because they're running the ice cream maker. And so, you know...
Oh, in Britain, you mean?
Britain, this is in Britain, yeah. Mm. And, you know, it's outside of school, outside a park or whatever, you know, because I remember every, like, day during, just before summer break, I'd be walking across the field, be baking hot, and there'd be a primary school, and an ice cream van was there, you know, waiting for the kids to get out of school.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, yeah. And I used to get a double 99. Which is it's a sugar cone with like 2 cups on it, you know, like 2 sugar cups, 2 big soft serve things with 2 flakes and raspberry sauce on it, and it was just, just to scoff that one down.
Can you imagine being a kid coming out of school though and going to do that here in Texas? 2 scoops, it'd be soup. By the time, you know...
You'd have to eat it, like, in, like, 2 seconds flat.
You'd have to just inhale it,
I did inhale mine, because it was so good. You put, like, lots of strawberry sauce or raspberry sauce on it, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You would have loved it. I think we got one.
Yeah. I don't remember getting the 2 scoop one, but...
Well, if we did get that, we shared it. Because I was nice. Anyway, the last tip, number 5, is swimming pools.
Oh, yes.
Swimming pools are a necessity over here, and they're not like... Because, you know, you do get outdoor pools in Britain, obviously, and I mean, people... And, of course, we're an island, so we're surrounded by water, so people go to the beach.
Yeah. Which
is what they've done recently, is everybody's rushed to the beach when lockdown ended.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, great idea. But swimming pools... In Britain, generally, you go to, like, indoor ones because it's going to rain every 5 minutes or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And it's usually part of, like, a spa, which is like a, you know, like, sauna and steam room and gym and whatever, you know? So, and it was like a heated pool, indoor pool. But over here, it's heated by the sun.
Yeah.
Because it's not even that cool.
It's just an icky feeling.
Unless you go to Barton Springs, which is a comfortable 68 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Even though that's, it's freezing. It's not, it's so good. It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
And that's
probably the coolest swimming pool in Austin.
Yeah, I mean, that's some, if COVID wasn't happening, that's where we'd go.
Yeah.
On a day like today.
Yeah, we definitely, and the swimming pools are free. There's like, I mean, not all of them, but...
Yeah, sometimes we break into them.
Most...
We do. We sneak in and the guy goes, hey, what are you doing now?
Most neighborhoods have a community swimming pool and it doesn't cost anything. And if you go early in the morning, you can do laps and stuff and you don't have to deal with all the kids then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're all closed right now because of COVID.
Well, so kids are just out of luck.
Yeah.
Poor things.
But I much prefer the outdoor swimming pool because you get the coolness of the water, you get the heat from the, you know, it just feels good to be in the water.
It feels good to be in the water, but it's not as cold as I'd like it to be.
Well, no, if you wait till late in the afternoon, no, it's definitely totally heated by the sun.
Yeah, Because when we went down to Corpus Christi, and it was and I was all looking forward to getting into the Gulf.
Ocean, yeah.
The ocean's going to be cold, surely. Nah. It was like taking a bath.
Yeah.
In very salty water. It was very warm, and I was just like, it's good, but it's just like, if this was cold, this would be A-okay.
Yeah.
A1.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the Gulf that it keeps it warm like that, rather than the fact that we're just closer to the equator. You know, I think it is specifically the Gulf. The Gulf
Stream is what is the air pattern that goes up to Britain and keeps it kind of like temperate climate.
Yeah,
you know, because it's like a circle of air that goes from the Gulf up over the Atlantic towards Britain. And just keeps it, you know, from being like freezing cold or too hot, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So it just keeps it a temperate climate all the time, so yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know, I guess, you know?
But yeah, really quickly before we wrap it up, I just want to ask you, do you still feel like you're struggling with the heat, even though you've been here now almost 10 years?
If I'm out in it, yeah.
Yeah.
If you know,
but,
like
do
we
you
just
feel like you're struggling
we
more than anybody else? Like obviously everybody's hot when they go outside in 104
maybe
degree
not,
heat.
but I do. You know, it's like if I go out and I'm standing out there, I'm just like, you know, I start sweating.
Yeah.
Quite. You know, because it's just like my body's like, no, get back in.
Yeah.
Get cool now.
Yeah.
You know, and I start sweating. I'm just like, yeah, it's so hot. So I can't imagine people who work out in the heat.
Oh,
and you know the guys
that
who mow the lawns with long sleeves on to protect them from the sun and a mask now,
or roof houses.
It's like I'd be dead. I'd be dead on the side of the road with that.
Yeah.
Unless I was being constantly hosed down by the fire brigade who were trying to put out the sun.
Yeah. And that brings us full circle, ladies.
That brings us full circle, yeah.
No, but I can remember going to Britain during the summer and then spending 2 months there and then coming back home in August. It was August when I got back to Texas. And it literally felt like I was on the face of the sun. It was so hot. And it probably took me a couple of weeks to get used to the heat.
Yeah.
It was
I'm used to it now. I mean, I'm not like, oh, can't stand it, can't do. You know, I mean, I can go out in it. It's fine, you know, but it's just like, bloody hot. Bloody hot one today, mate.
I think if we went to Britain right now, where everybody thinks it's hot, well, maybe not right today, but, you know.
I'd love it.
If we left Austin and went to Britain on a day that all the British people are going, oh, God, it's so hot.
It's 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
We probably would be like, oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's temperate climate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
the last one you didn't mention is just drink lots of water.
Oh, yeah. Drink lots. That's that, of course. Keep hydrated.
Yeah.
Drink a ton of water.
Obviously, the more you sweat, the more
you sweat, the more you
water
lose.
you need.
I mean, we drink Gatorades and all that to keep up their electrolytes. And
yeah. Did you ever drink those before you lived here? No.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
They really help here, though.
They do really help because I do, you know, we go out walking and I'm dripping. I'm dripping in sweat when we get back. And it's because, you know, it's just like, oh, you know, and I just need to chug that Gatorade or that Powerade or whatever to get the salt back in my body, you know, because I've sweated it all out, you know.
Yeah.
All
right, we better go
Very
before
disgusting.
Dominic falls asleep.
No, I'm fine. I'm not tired.
As always, thank you so much for listening. Let us know how hot it gets where you are and if you can think of any other tips that might help keep a British person cool when they travel to America from Britain during the summertime. If you enjoy our content, please share us with your friends.
Yeah.
Post about us. Tell your friends and family about us. Anybody that you might know that may enjoy us as well.
And if you're
part of any forums or Reddit posts or Reddit groups or anything like that, just share, spread the word.
Spread the word.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you, and
Thank you very much, everybody.
I think that's going to be it for us today.
Yeah.
Bye.
Stay cool.